So let's talk about this, right? You see the headline: Chicago weekend shootings leave 1 dead, 15 hurt. Police say. Right? Think about the numbers, right? Even if one person dies, even if one person shot, that's just not good, right? That's bad. That's really bad, right? Doing a little bit of research on Chicago shootings, I'm not going to remember the exact date, but it was sometime in 2020. There was 85 people shot on a weekend in Chicago. 24 people passed to another realm. Oh, and then my phone wants to ring. Hold on. Well, that's great timing, right? So anyway, we'll just forget about that weekend in 2020 and we'll see what this has to say, because things are, I guess a lot of people just really don't care about it. It's not reported. If I had a news agency, I would be drilling down into this stuff like nobody's business, right? And it's not the guns' fault. It's not the guns' fault. So we ain't here to talk about no gun control, this, that, and the other. There's a reason why the amendments of the Constitution are set up as such. They're set up in order of importance. First Amendment has to do with freedom of speech. Second Amendment has to do with gun ownership. So we're gonna leave all that. So it's not the guns problem. So if you think you come here for some type of gun control or something like that, no. You're in the wrong spot. You can go ahead and go on about your business. So let's see what this says. At least one person was deleted and 15 other people were wounded in weekend shootings across the city. The age of the victim ranged from 17 to 42. And this is a map where they plotted that these things happen. I don't know the total geography of Chicago. Oh, I can zoom out. Let's see. So what? This is on the north and west side of Chicago. I know a little bit about Chicago, one of my favorite cities in the world. Never lived there. Matter of fact, I used to visit there every year, but I'm not going to Chicago anytime soon. Yeah, it looks like on the north and west side. This is from Friday. This is this past Friday. Today is June 4th, right? So this is this past Friday. In the first shooting of the weekend, a man of unknown age arrived at a firehouse around 8:31 p.m. in the 1300 block of East 67th Street. I heard of East 67th Street. He was shot, prompting a police response. He was treated by fire crews and taken to the University of Chicago Medical Center in serious condition. I'm not going to be reading all of this stuff. That's Friday. Oh, Lord. Let's go to Saturday. At 1:55 a.m. in the 1200 block of West 78th Street. Oh, let's go 15 minutes later in a 3100 block of North Central Avenue. And then a few hours later, 11:22 a.m. in a 200 block of East 75th Street. What was that? That's on Saturday. Oh, yeah. Let's continue through this past Sunday. 3:08 a.m. in an 11,900 block of South Wallace. Goodness gracious. At 6:45 in the morning in a 3,600 block of West Polk Street. Somebody died. Somebody in their 20s. Another person right here some 18-year-old man, 27-year-old man, 22-year-old woman, 17-year-old boy. BLM, where y'all at? 4:10 p.m. 42-year-old man was in the park at the 5400 block of West Division Street when he was shot in the leg. He was taken to West Suburban Medical Center in Oak Park in good condition. Well, we're going to pray for him. So then, this is still on Sunday, 7:50 in the evening. 32-year-old man was in the alley behind a 2000 block of West Chase in Rogers Park. Someone came up and shot him in the right thigh. The victim was taken to St. Francis Hospital in Evanston in fair condition. Right? So, all of this is tame by Chicago standards, right? Let's go back to this. Weekend shootings leave 1 passed away, 15 hurt. And we haven't seen any updates out of those 15 hurt. How many of those who have gone on to see the light? See, but you don't know about these things. Your media does not report on these things, but is this a case of us just being desensitized? Or is this just a case of the way that they, whoever they are, I don't know who they are, want things to be, right? So I often have this theory, right? If there was no reports on, you can pick and choose whatever you want, but we'll pick and choose on shootings that happen on a daily basis in Democrat-led inner cities. I guess it's just the way of life, which is fucking ridiculous, right? How is it a way of life for people to just get shot and deleted and things of that nature? When and why is this just acceptable? It's just, just a day of life. We're gonna make up some t-shirts and we're going to fly some balloons in the air and we're just gonna cope that way. Now, these problems, as far as all this violence, there is I want to say a solution. But as I say, there is a solution, there's really no solution, right? You're going to make a choice about something, then it's going to be a trade-off to the other thing. But I would always venture to guess that the reason that most of these things happen is because there's no father involved, right? We can say male leadership, we can say mentors, we can say this, we can say that. No. Dismiss all. A lot of these things happen because there are no fathers involved. The simple solution would be, let's do everything we can to promote families. And actually, I was about to say, let's, give all type of incentive to create families, this, that, and the other. You know what? I'm not even going there, because saying that will kind of there will be some type of outside interference, like the government giving subsidies for families and all this type shit. No. All these things derive from a lack of spirituality, a lack of God, a lack of Jesus Christ. That's where all these things derive from. I don't care who you are, what you think, how you think. Because you can't tell me if you have some type of grounding as far as the way you think, as far as what you believe, as far as the way you live, these things won't be happening. They definitely, they may happen here, there, so often because you have families, you have disputes, these things will happen. They'll be happening here and there. But it would not be on such of a large scale as these things are happening today, to where we see these type of headlines and we just pretty much like, I try not to be desensitized, and I try not to be shocked when I see things of this nature, but I'm going to train myself to that not being the case, because this is never good. It should never be accepted. But because I had to show this to you and point this out to you, it lets you know. Goes back to what I'm thinking or what I have thought in the past, which is, if my thinking is, if this stuff is not reported widely, people will not think that these things happen. They'll be like, oh, we'll be feeling good. The thinking would be, oh, there hasn't been many shootings this year, this week, this month, today, yesterday. That's what one would think if it was not reported on. But then on the other hand, since it's reported on, and is reported on locally, people are just pretty much desensitized to it. And if it wasn't reported on, people would be like looking around like, oh, what the world is going on around? So the whole point of this is train yourself to not be desensitized to these things. And then one would say, well, what can we do? I mean, the global answer is, let's create families. Let's get families back together. Keep families back together. Keep families together. On a global scale, that's what we can do. Let's stop being so self-centered. Quit thinking about it's about me and me and me, how I feel at the moment. Because your feelings are going to change in 15 minutes when you go out to the mailbox and get a bill that says you got a shutoff notice. Your feelings will change that quick. Get out of your feelings, because your feelings are going to guide you into a ditch. That's where they're going to take you. Now, not saying don't have feelings. You're human, whether you're a man or a woman. You have humans in it. You open it up and you see it, and your feelings get to flowing, and you feel that initial boom. They want this shit in 10 days to be paid, or this shit gonna be cut off. Boom. You realize that. You got 10 days. You don't have tomorrow. It's not gonna get cut off today. Get up out of your feelings. And that's what most of this is about. It's about feelings, or lack of control of feelings. Once you understand that you are supposed to have feelings, now what are you going to do after that? So let's not get desensitized and be desensitized to all this violence. It's warm, it's warming up, and this shit is picking up, because you know why? People are actually going outside. People are actually going outside. They want to smell the fresh air. They want to hear the birds chirping. They want to see the leaves on the trees. They just want to go take a walk. They want to go take a walk in the evening. And in the evening, by then, all these clowns that are creating all this chaos, they have already been on the lean, and they already take their perks and Xanax, and they've been doing it all day. So by 8 p.m., they are zonked out of their head. They don't even know what they're doing. They don't even know what they're doing. But if there was a family structure, that just wouldn't even be an issue now, would it? Tell me I'm lying. You like this video, dislike this video, comment on this video, share this video. And also, you can go over to YouTube, look up Mr. Info 5000. Peace.